It was awesome. I mean, the car was a lot better today than it was yesterday, and I was able to do what I wanted in traffic in some ways, kind of what Pato was able to do yesterday. And that's big props to Benny and the crew. The Gallagher Chevy was just unreal, but yeah, once I got confidence with the car, the first stint was quite tough for me, but once I got the confidence in the car and where I wanted to run the car, I thought the track was really cool. You know, even the way that, you know, racing Herder there, he's a little bit older tyres than I was and whatnot, and you could sort of enter at the same point and he would go low and I'd go high and you sort of end up in the same spot, and that's why you could have really good side-by-side racing, I thought. I mean, it's always fun when you're leading, but it was a fun. I thought it was a really fun race. It was a lot funner for me than yesterday. Good lord. So, yeah, really proud of everyone.
Nicely done.
Proud of the turnaround, because we were really bad yesterday from my side.
Question in person. Bruce, got your hand up. Lucille, come to you.
Another oval one. As we talked a couple of weeks ago at the shop. How
definitely an IndyCar driver now.
Yeah, how you're becoming an older driver.
Yeah.
So just how proud are you of being able to master this unique skill in racing?
Look, I want to say that it's like for me, like I think winning on an oval is like not saying road and street courses isn't satisfying, because I'll never forget my first race win and whatnot, but like it's incredible winning on an oval. Like a lot of things have to go right. You have to make the right moves at the right time. And that's why I just imagine, you know, that's probably why I put Indy above a championship in some ways, because it's just incredible how perfect it has to go on an oval. And yeah, it's the backbone of our sport. I thought it was great. Like the crowd was awesome. Yeah, it was an awesome weekend. And honestly, I thought the racing was a lot better than we all expected as well. So yeah, and that's props to IndyCar. That's props to Firestone. Yeah, the drivers as well. I mean, there was a couple of incidents, but we were mostly pretty good.
Speaking of incidents, one of them was to your teammate Will Power. It could have been a really huge day for him, and then he ends up spinning. And just how shocked were you by seeing that? Because he could have been leaving here, if not the points leader, only down a couple.
Yeah, I mean, you've all got to make your own decisions, and I felt like I made it, you know, reasonably. I knew his position. Obviously, when Pelot didn't start the race, it was like, okay, well, things shifted to Will in terms of trying to get him back, and that's sort of why I made it a little bit easier in that first stint. Away you go. But yeah, man, it sucks. Look, he's still in the chance, but he probably could have capitalised a lot. But yeah, I don't really know what happened, so I can't comment on it. I just know he spun, and I was surprised for sure.
Lucille, go ahead.
Hi, Scott.
Hello.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks.
Barring not counting how you did yesterday, last night, or today, which race did you prefer, the evening one or the afternoon?
No, honestly, I know I won, but I like this race. Yesterday was extremely hard, and I don't know what other drivers thought or said or whatever, but I could not see into 3 and 4. The glare from the sun was incredible, especially when the windscreen got really dirty and stuff. So that was a big issue for me. And it probably made the raceability of the track a little tougher down at 3-4 compared to today, because it was just so hard to pick the right line and no one wanted to sort of make a wrong move. So I prefer this start time. I thought we had a pretty good crowd. Unless we put some lights on, it'd be pretty sick. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Let's go Nate and Tony.
The other drivers were here yesterday saying their cars were disappearing and then reappearing, so you weren't the only person
Okay.
who tried interested in seeing it. Yeah. Scott, before this weekend, Penske was unbeaten on ovals this year, and then yesterday obviously was a bit of a struggle, and this was a hard fought one for you today. Everybody said you guys were lights out, though, the test here. Did the field catch up, do you think, a little bit to Penske? Or?
I think that the test maybe threw us for a loop a little bit. The tyre was a little bit different, the pace of the cars were a little bit different. So when the pace slowed down yesterday in the race, like we just weren't good when it was slow. When it was high speed, the car was quite good, and you know, when it was creating natural downforce. But when it started slowing down, that's when we really struggled, which we fixed today. A couple of things. So I think we just missed the mark yesterday. I mean, I think our qualifying was really good. I thought we hit some really good lap times. And like that, I led the first 30 laps or whatever it was, and I felt pretty good until I caught traffic and I just couldn't do anything. So today was a big change up for that as well.
And just kind of follow up on that, you said you were beating yourself up yesterday. Was it mistakes you were making behind the wheel too, or is it just the car?
Yeah, I just made, it's my first flat track, I guess, and just, I was pretty peeved. Honestly, I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight, because I just slept like 4 hours last night. I was up till probably 3 in the morning, just, I couldn't sleep, I was just like rolling over. It was crazy. It's funny how, I think it's a lot to do with, a double header, and your adrenaline was just going. But I generally just was pissed off with the way that it went, and my performance, a little bit of the team's performance, and then the car performance, and it was just trying to think of like ways to make it better. And I mean, there's passion. I think my engineer was the same. It was 4.5 hours. Like, it's just the same. It's a passion to be better. And but yeah, I'm gonna sleep like a baby tonight. And I need to catch up as much as I can, because half the time we're gonna have a baby, so then
Tony?
That's a tough one to follow. Scotty, when you talk about like how much confidence you're feeling better today, how much better did you feel in traffic compared to when you hit the lap bars yesterday?
Oh my god, like 10 out of 10, 100% better. It was night and day. I could pick where I wanted. It took me a little bit of time to get comfortable and confident, but ultimately, man, it was just lights out for me today in the traffic. And I think a couple of my moves on the restarts was just showing my confidence and stuff, and what I had underneath me, where yesterday I was hanging on for dear life.
Did you feel the lap traffic was fair? Were there incidents or moments during the race?
Oh, there's a couple. I mean, they're actually hard when you're leading, because they want to sound the lead lap, and you expect it. But no, I thought it was fair. Honestly, I had a blast racing Colton for the lead. Like, that was awesome. Like, we were banging and side by side, but it was like legit. Like, it was just, that's how it should be. Like, I knew he was there. I slid up a little bit. He pinched me. We hit. It was like proper. It was so cool. It was kind of like being in the supercar again. It's like, just banging doors. It was, and this place is nice because you haven't got much banking, so it's like a big road course. So it was fun.
Tony?
A couple of things here. I think it's your first win for Gallagher. I know your guys had a late night. I think Marshall reported it took a long time to change that livery over there. First, speak on that. Secondly, I talked to your fueler, and he said that last stop, it was like he wasn't even there. He plugged in perfectly. Talk about your stops today, and then, of course, your spotters from here in Wisconsin as well, so a big homecoming for him.
Yeah, I mean, 53s, they were ripping today. Unreal. Got really fast in the pit stops, and I said on TV, but the 21 car was super helpful. They were the box behind us, and it was really good sportsmanship, to be honest. Like, just allowing me to have an open end to my pit box and stuff under some pretty important pit stops. So they don't have to do that. They're a lap down car or trying to stay on the lead lap, and they're trying to help me. So I mean, that's props to Team Chevy too for that camaraderie. But on Adam, it's awesome for him. He's been chasing this win in Wisconsin. I don't think he's even had one in Indy next, so it's super cool to have that for him. And I know he's going to be having a couple of spot cows tonight, that's for sure.
Your sponsored grabs for 2025.
Yeah, and on Gallagher, I mean, like 9 hours to change the stickers. Pretty incredible job. And the car looked pristine this morning. But like, the effort was just unmatched. Like, it's just really cool to see. Like, they just want to do it. But yeah, this is an important race for Gallagher too. They're only an hour or so down the road, or however long Chicago is down the road. So that's their home base, and yeah, pretty cool.
Scott, was the racing what you expected this weekend or more?
It's hard to tell because the tyre change from the test day. The test day was quite hard, difficult to pass and whatnot. No deg, and this weekend was really good. So I'd probably say it was better than we all thought, and the track was wide enough. Yeah.
We had 667 on-track passes yesterday. It was up to 763 today. So a lot of action throughout. We're not going to have time to get to everybody on Zoom, but I do want to hit David Turner, the hometown folks down under.
This is Kiwis, all right? This is Kiwis against Kiwis.
Keep it short though, David. We're going to need us to a little
I'm going to make a flight, bro, so let's go.
I'll keep it short, I'll keep it short.
Yeah.
First of all, another Kiwi 1-2, so we're lining up for that Kiwi clean sweep of the podium, so that's one thing that, keeping it short.
Just quickly, Scott, I know you kind of touched on it, but the drivability of the track over the 2 days, the differences in the rubber, the temperature, everything, did that factor into today's race, or was it just another game on?
It was interesting. I thought the bottom lane today was a little bit harder than it was yesterday. I think the heat and it being a darker sort of tinge of asphalt, it was probably a little bit hotter today just to make those moves. But yeah, I mean, like the track was really fun to drive and slick in places, but once you sort of got your head around it, it was really, really cool. And yeah, it was super fun, man. Super fun.
And then just quickly, because I know you've got to go, but the flat track that you've had this weekend and then back up onto a more elevated banked track in just over 2 weeks' time. Differences for you as a driver? What's the first thing that goes through your mind?
Well, I haven't stepped foot in that joint yet, so it's a whole new place for me. I've seen some footage and whatnot, and obviously watched NASCAR racing there and some old IndyCar footage, but yeah, it's going to be interesting how that races as well. I'm hoping that we come with a similar tire to what we've done this weekend, and we can have some really good racing like we have. But I'm sort of expecting a little bit of action, man. People are crazy right now. There's a lot of people out there that don't give an F. So I'm excited to see how we go.
I would win on an oval, certainly makes you an IndyCar driver now. There's no doubt about that. But you've been one of those for a while. Really looking forward to catching up with you in Nashville. So we'll see you in about a week and a half's time.
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Anyone else in person? And well, you're excited, aren't you, John, about this opportunity? We got a couple of things. Congratulations.
Can you ask David Turner to bring us some Whitakers?
Need to bring some Whitakers, David. All right. What we got?
Peanut slabs.
I gotta get through TSA, brother.
Couple more things. Thanks, everyone. Scott McLaughlin, the champion here at the Milwaukee Mile. Thanks, everyone.
Steven Stump of Frontstretch.com here. Come back for more great racing videos, and if you like us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.